Hey, stay Steve, please like and subscribe. Okay, so this is Champions of Olympia, skill selection. I'm an infantry man, and I go through the skills. I've actually updated my preferred choices for the skills. So let's talk through why. Let's talk through the whys. Okay, so obviously the one that I've gone for, cat out the bag, surge and morale. So for 30 seconds, all the troops deal more damage and cannot lose morale. I'm an area of effect skill damage person. That's what I do. That's what I build my teams for. That's the commanders I recommend. That all area of effect damage people. Gotta go with this one, surging morale. So I'm not gonna go for eagle vision of the entire map. It increases march speed. Oh my gosh, march speed. Oh, I keep talking about videos that emphasize march speed as being of any benefit. Listen, when you get there, all you're going to meet is somebody like myself who's optimized damage one way or another. So anyway, silence, shock and awe. Looking at the top skill. Silences all enemy troops for 5 seconds. I do see that, but 5 seconds is not long enough. I got Juan for that. So I'd rather have the 30% damage for all 3 troops. No brainer. A case of revival. Immediately revives all of your rerouted troops. So instead of selecting when I want to use 30 seconds damage, the thought is that I would revive the dead troops because I haven't got, obviously, the 30. They've got 30% damage, just imagine this, and I haven't. So when they kill me, I can instantly revive, then go back there and get killed again. No, and then see, oh gosh. I mean, there's that logic in itself, but obviously, by the time you've walked there, you, no, no. Okay, so rejuvenation heals all troops under your command every second. Healing factor 500 for 30 seconds. Okay, so that's a okay. Say you haven't got the 30% damage, but just at the point where you're kind of losing, you get 500 a second. That's actually quite a lot, and it's quite a lot of time. Nah, no, it's interesting, but nah. This is the one I used to have. I rolled with this one, and it's served me quite well. Battlecry. All troops gain 40% increased attack. So that's going to be, every other second you're attacking. So be attack, counter attack, attack. And deal 15% extra damage for 60 seconds. So you get the increased attack and the damage I spoke about before, and it's for 60 seconds. I say it has served me well. What I went with was this one. It's only for 30 seconds, but it's double the damage. Interesting. What I'm really thinking is, okay, so the active skill doesn't fire every second, but attack works every second. So, they are both strong skills, and this one lasts for the whole 60. I'm thinking overall, say if you want to just try and get them out there, so you can get them out there quick as possible, because obviously you got 30 per second, 30 seconds with a boosted attack, they're gone. You can go and heal if you've got the flag, and then go back into battle, hopefully, especially if you're supported by your troops, there's that possibility. Whereas this one, the battlecry, is it battlecry? Yeah, it's a little bit more kind of, bit more middle of the road. You still have that, you got the 15% damage, so it's not kind of irrelevant. But you don't have that at the same time. You're not kind of hitting them with enough power to try and instantly try and get them out there quick. Sorry, I'm gonna leave it there. I think you get the point anyway. I hope. Yeah, I'm going for the Blitzkrieg. If you know anything about German war kind of strategy. Anyway, so boots on the ground. All your infantry units gain 80% increased attack and deal 30% damage to cavalry only for 60 seconds. That's a no. That's a hard no from me. So in the end, let's move on. Bloodlust. So I've actually changed things up. I've actually changed to a Bloodlust, and that is to add a little bit of tankiness. So choose one of your infantry troops, and when you're on the map and or your armies are like little pinheads, or might as well as be, it's hard to select which one you want to give it to. But anyway, somebody's going to get it. So anyway, for the next 20 seconds, the troop is healed. Healing factor 300, so that's not that, it's not that significant. Well, 20 seconds ain't bad at all. Every 3 times they take damage. So bearing in mind that I'm hitting them with the first skill that we talked about previously, and their numbers are low, I might just be able to eke it out and overall stay alive. Who knows? We'll see. The troop can only be healed once per second. Does that make sense? The one that I used to have was Shields of Iron, which is an infantry exclusive. Choose one of your infantry units. For the next 30 seconds, the troop has a 50% chance to reduce normal damage by 80%. So they're both kind of elements of trying to be tanky. It's only 50% chance, but to reduce the damage by 80, the normal attack damage. Yeah, I'm going to try out this Bloodlust instead. But Shields of Iron just didn't do me that badly either. Counter-offensive, okay, 40 seconds. Cooldown. Choose one of your infantry troops. For the next 15 seconds, whenever the troop takes skill damage from an enemy commander, it deals skill damage to the attacker of 300. For the next 15 seconds. So basically, when you think about the rage bar, and obviously it's going to depend, whenever it receives skill damage, so say that's 2 in 15 seconds, say, it deals skill damage to the attacker. It's not enough, it's weak source. Let's move on. Let's move on. Is everything? Shall we? Right, so I've obviously chosen Vengeful Strike. Every time your infantry troops lose, and it's a passive skill, which means that it just happens automatically, which is the perfect skill. So less fiddly. Every time your infantry troops lose 7% of their units, they deal skill damage as an area of effect, basically, up to 3 nearby enemies. Damage factor, a weak source 300, but we also take less damage for a whole 3 seconds. But it's a passive skill, so it adds that tankiness. And I think supports this one, if I can select this, after the cooldown, to add tankiness, and with this skill, we've been trying to get them out there as quickly as possible. And I prefer that over lead the charge. Choose one of your infantry troops. It does a taunt to 5 nearby enemies. So I wonder if that means it overrides who the enemy has chosen to hit, and instead they hit whoever's taunting. Must be. And if that is the case, that might explain, why sometimes it's hard to target who I want to target. But surely, say if they select taunt, I get drawn to them, and I think, no, I want to hit some cavalry troop. Then I just reselect them, and then this skill's completely useless. I don't think this skill's any use, basically. Anyway, and takes 50% less damage for 5 seconds. That's not too bad. So I either can have that tankiness, 50% less damage for 5 seconds. Bearing in mind, they're going to be killing me quick. And the troop also recovered. So you're never going to be MVP, basically, with this one. And never. Because you're going to get killed all the time. And that's one of the things that they use to calculate. The troop also recovers morale. Nah, don't fancy that. Don't fancy that at all. Oh, there's quite a lot on this one. So the short story is I chose Pre-emptive Strike just so I can have the increased march speed. So I'm not a march speed man generally, but you have to get to the flags as quickly as possible. That's the compromise I made for this one. But what I could have had is for the next 5 seconds, all your troops count as 2 troops when garrisoning a flag. Okay, so you can change the flag to your colour quickly because, it counts as 2. Fair enough, nah. Never give up. Infantry exclusive. Whenever one of your troops launches a basic attack, there's 80% chance to shorten the revival time of routed troops by 10 seconds. Yeah, it's not awful, but now I just rather get there quick. Especially at the beginning, you just want to get all troops there as soon as possible together, and support your other teammates to get there and overwhelm. And overall, I'd rather do that. Okay, or we could have shortens the revival time of your troops by 20%. Again, now I'd just rather get there quicker. Or deep tactician. All your troops permanently gain 50% greater visual range. No. All right, cool. That's my skill selection recommendations for infantry. There are a few ones which are a bit more grey. The main grey ones for me, maybe Shields of Iron for this one. I have chosen that for a long time, as I mentioned before. For this one, maybe battlecry, or maybe even boots on the ground is not awful. I'm gonna rock Surgeon Morale. Anyway, please like, subscribe. That is Steve, and I'm out.